Mis hermanos, bienvenidos a un nuevo directo. Ahora es tempranito, 10 de la mañana casi y vamos a iniciar con el directo de Harley Davidson, las nuevas motos 2021. Estamos a 1 minuto y tantos de iniciar. Vámonos ya a pantalla. Ya estamos listos aquí para iniciar con el directo. Espero todo se escuche bastante bien. Espero todo esté en perfecto orden para iniciar esto. Espero me acompañen. Se va a poner bien chipocludo esto. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. ¡Vámonos, señores! A ver, algo, espérenme, vamos a refrescar. Creo que ahí va. Vamos a aceptar todo el relajito. Nos tenemos que registrar. Me lleva el tren. Espérenme tantito, vamos a registrarnos y regresamos. Espérenme tantito.
1 hora después.
Bienvenido a CBO. A ver, vamos a ver. ¿Qué trae?
Welcome Harley Davidson riders, dealers, investors, and enthusiasts. My name is Brad Richards, and I'm the Vice President of Styling and Design here at the Harley Davidson Motor Company. I am so stoked for you all being here today, as we have a ton of great info and products that we're finally able to announce to the world. So to kick things off, I'd like to start by introducing our flagship lineup, the CVO portfolio of motorcycles. We created the CVO family back in 1999, as we knew we had customers who were looking for the most premium Harley Davidson experience right off the factory line. From the very beginning of the CVO program, we knew we needed some key things for this program to be successful, including custom content, custom paint, artisanal execution of detailing. We want to make sure that every CVO customer feels like they have a one-off Harley Davidson motorcycle in their garage. We approach the design of every CVO motorcycle with one strategy in mind, and we call it the first, second, and third read. The first read occurs when a customer or a potential customer might see a motorcycle or a CVO motorcycle on the street from, say, 200, 300 feet away going by you, and you're attracted to either the color or the shape of the motorcycle, and that's the first read. The second read is once that potential customer comes to a dealership or explores online and sees an image of the motorcycle, they might see the graphic that's on the tank, or the shape of the wheel, or the shape of the graphic on the fairing. And that's the second read, and that draws you in even closer to the motorcycle. The third read may not even happen until the customer actually gets the motorcycle home. You're washing the bike or detailing it. You notice that third little detail. Maybe it's a bit of branding, maybe it's the right color and finish choice on a part that you didn't even realize that we had paid attention to. Or maybe it's just a beautiful proportion or shape that we've created with one of the bits of content. But that's the third read. You don't really see that until you're very up and close and personal with the motorcycle. So in some ways, a CVO product is constantly revealing itself to you. And it's that premium experience that our customers have come to know and love. The CVO portfolio has evolved a long way since 1999. We continue to offer the most custom paint, custom details, most artisanal execution of design for each of our CVO products. But now we have multiple offerings for each of the models, offering even more exclusivity. Today, the CVO lineup has become one of our most popular families of motorcycles, thanks to you. The kind of rider that wants to stand out, make a dramatic statement, and experience the pinnacle of Harley-Davidson motorcycle engineering and design. To take a deeper dive into what the model year 21 CVO lineup has to offer, I'd like to introduce to you two of Harley-Davidson's CVO experts, Eric Buckhouse and Paul James. Thanks again for joining us today, and I hope you're as psyched about these new products as we are to share them with you.
Vamos a retirarnos del marco.
Thanks, Brad. I'm Paul James, and I have the pleasure of getting our new motorcycles to journalists from around the world so they can review our bikes. Now, I've been with Harley Davidson for 22 years, and I've been riding motorcycles for nearly 40 years. On-road, off-road, on racetracks, and on back roads across North America and Europe. A couple bikes in the garage right now include my 2020 Road Glide Limited and my favorite 2009 XR1200.
And I'm Eric Buckhouse. I'm a Harley Davidson CVO product development engineer, and I have been for over 20 years, pretty much since CVO started. I bought my first bike in 1999, a CVO FXR3, one of the very first CVO models, and I still have it today.
That is a cool bike. CVOs are special motorcycles. From the inception of CVO, or custom vehicle operations, that concept was introduced in 1999 with the Epic SAR2. And I've been a fan of the idea of factory customization and giving
Esas letras
riders
están
more
padrísimas, las pinturas, ve nada más.
That is one of the things I have loved about developing our CVO bikes.
Well, Eric, it's our favorite time of year. It's the time to show off the new Iron. I love introducing new model motorcycles, and CVOs are the ultimate.
We have another great lineup this year of 4 CVO models, and we're excited to show the world what we've been working on while working from home. Since the beginning, CVO's mantra is this:
Vean nada más,
big
qué
motor,
chulada de
big
pintura,
paint,
carnales.
and big wheels. And this year, we deliver again with the
Motor
Milwaukee
117 pulgadas cúbicas, casi 2000 centímetros
This is the highest
cúbicos.
displacement and power to ever roll out of our factory. And if you want more, Parts and Accessories has plenty of kits to keep it going.
Yeah, the Milwaukee 8117 has got on-demand torque and plenty of it. It's great to have that kind of power when you want a hard hit off a stoplight, or you need to make a pass on a back road with passenger and luggage, or you just plain want to put a smile on your face.
These CVO models also deliver big paint, big wheels, industry-leading finishes, technology, craftsmanship, and attention to detail, or more accurately, the obsession to detail.
Now let's start with the CVO Road Glide.
The Road Glide.
This is an unrivaled custom bagger that handles as good as it looks.
You're not the only one that thinks so. The CVO Road Glide is back in the lineup due to popular demand. Fresh this year are the all-new cast lace wheels with a cast outer rim for added style, and TPMS is also
Con su
integrated.
filtro de flujo se ve genial, se ve poca madre.
But it was well worth the wait.
They look awesome.
And to get more into the finer details, or the third read that Brad talked about, all the models have all new CVO badging on the console, the speedometer, the brake calipers, the radio splash screen, and even on the storage cover.
Now new in the CVO Road Glide is the Harley Davidson audio by Rockford Fosgate Stage 2 sound system. High-end audio in a motorcycle is something you really have to hear and feel to appreciate. And it's amazing how having a soundtrack to go with the epic scenery enhances the trip. But now amp that up with this new Rockford Fosgate system. It's like having a concert experience with every ride.
I did spend a lot of time evaluating our new sound system, and I didn't think we could get better than what we had, but we did. The sound quality and new features absolutely set a new standard.
Now the CVO Street Glide is a showstopper. It's a custom bagger with the iconic Harley Davidson batwing fairing and a long, low profile. You're going to see and be seen on this Street Glide. And with the new Harley Davidson audio by Rockford Fosgate Stage 2 sound system, you're going to hear
Force
and
Day de audio,
It
no
was
manches.
challenging to improve this year's
Está
CVO Street
cañón.
Glide, but we have. We're introducing new paint and finishes this year. The bronze armor with the matching smoke satin chrome on so many different parts makes this bike look like it was dipped in bronze.
Yeah, the CVO Street Glide looks awesome, Eric. The styling first and foremost. The paint options are fantastic, and of course it has all the great ergos and stance of a Street Glide. And you found a way to make the sound system even better. Now the CVO Limited is the ultimate ride for long-range touring. And I've done a couple of iron butt rides, both over 1,000 miles in less than 24 hours, and that was painful. It would have been a much different experience on this bike. The CVO Limited delivers the absolute best in comfort, from the riding position and the wind protection to the ultimate seat comfort.
Ah, pues ya casi son un sofá con ruedas,
This CVO Limited provides unparalleled comfort and convenience features everyone would want on a premium touring motorcycle. And new this year are 2 paint and finish schemes that I really love. One with bright chrome, and the other the same bronze look as the Street Glide.
Me late la otra
And
pintura.
finally, the CVO Tri-Glide. It's everything you need
Street
for an
Glide.
unrivaled trike touring
Se ve
experience.
loquísima.
It's packed with power and bold style like you'll see on the charred crimson with complementary dark finishes scheme. Once you experience it, it's the only 3-wheel touring bike you'll ever ride.
Well, for sure, the CVO Tri-Glide has style and comfort, and it's also got the power of the Milwaukee 8117.
Y ya
Now,
con
the
un
Tesla
motor
Iris bike, I gotta tell you, I loved it.
117 pulgadas cúbicas, wow.
And they were new to riding trikes, and they just didn't even know what to expect. When they saw it in person, their jaws just dropped. And then when they rode it and felt the power, it was eye-opening. It's all the goodness of CVO wrapped up in the ultimate 3-wheeled experience. and it's something only Harley Davidson can deliver. So these are motorcycles designed and developed by riders and for riders, created to be the best, handcrafted and limited, and made for those riders who want it all.
They really are, Paul. CVOs are the complete package. We listen to our customers. We learn what they want and need. Then we try to deliver more of it and beyond with leading technology like the Road Glide cast lace combo.
Así se ve genial, rojo con negro.
Team engineers CVO to over-deliver, and that's just what they do.
Well, thanks to you and your team, Eric. I've had the pleasure of riding a lot of motorcycles, and some bikes just make you feel something more. It's a culmination of things that's greater than the sum of the parts. It's hard to explain, but for CVOs, it's the combination of the feel of the components, the depth and the richness of the finishes, the power, the sound. It's all these elements and more, and how they wrap you up in the ride, and how you soak in them, especially in those long rides, makes CVOs really special bikes.
Pero ya, esa con unos escapes abiertos se da a escuchar genial. Y ese motor, 117 pulgadas cúbicas. No manches, casi 2000 centímetros cúbicos de motor. Música rock.
Rockford Fosgate and Harley Davidson embody history, heritage, and legendary performance. And these two teams came together to push the limits of what's possible from motorcycle audio. We created what we believe is the highest performing, most advanced audio system riders have ever experienced.
Como que les faltaron bocinas, la verdad.
Was one of the industry leaders in high performance audio, and that they were
diseñar hasta las bocinas para ellas.
As we are about motorcycles. Rockford Fosgate's attention to detail, their deep bench of audio design capability, and their amplifier and loudspeaker collaboration is second to none. So together, we had no doubts that this partnership was going to allow us to take the motorcycle audio to the next level. The brand new Harley Davidson audio, powered by Rockford Fosgate. We can't wait for you to hear what you're missing.
No manches, imagínense ya con el audio, está brutal. Y el precio, ya me imagino el precio debe estar cañón.
Hello, my name is Paul Weiss, and I'm a technical lead for Harley Davidson Motor Company. I've been riding for 3 decades now. I started from the moment I turned 16. I actually put on about 18,000 miles on the street each year. I just picked up my 15th Street Glide.
I'm Jillian Dretzky.
Quinto Street Glide, no manches.
My story's a little different than yours. My dad bought me my first dirt bike at 4, and I grew up racing motocross. When I started riding street bikes, I fell in love with what Harley Davidson represented to me. Freedom, passion, excitement, and that rebellious spirit.
I'm excited to be here today to introduce our new special models that continue to push factory custom to the next level.
Let's get a look at the 2021 Street Glide, Road Glide, and Road King specials.
These powerful modern custom baggers are classically designed with a timeless style. Now, for me, with the miles I put on, a bagger is a no-brainer. I really enjoy the practical side of a touring vehicle with the added wind protection, the luggage, more comfortable seat, and a very nice suspension. And I always upgrade with the rider's safety enhancement option. These bikes are truly an artful balance between form and function.
For the first time, the Street Glide Special and Road Glide Special are also available in chrome finish, as well as the previous offered blacked out finishes.
Adventure starts with the 2021 Street Glide Special, and it starts with a roar and a rumble of the legendary Milwaukee 8 114 V-twin engine. Then turn up the cranking sound system to provide that perfect harmony.
If I were to jump on one of these bikes right now, Paul, I would head out to Sturgis. It's always been on my bucket list, and this seems like the perfect bike to ride there and show off.
Totally. Sturgis is the 5-gallon of bucket lists. When you look at the riding out there, it's just phenomenal. From Custer to Needles to Nemo Canyon, Van Acker, Spearfish Canyon, crossover to Devil's Tower. Amazing, epic rides out there.
Starkies.
And speaking of bikes, to get lost in that ride, let's look at the Road Glide Special.
The 2021 Road Glide Special is the kind of motorcycle you want to take a nice long look at and an even longer ride on.
The iconic touring design with a 2-tone paint option, the shark nose fixed fairing, this thing is a classic by the time you hit second gear.
What impresses me most as a test engineer is the 114 powertrain. That throaty rumble, smooth and responsive delivery really packs the power. this powertrain must feel even better on the lighter Road King Special.
Yeah, it sure does. The 21 Road King Special is loaded with power and attitude. This custom bagger commands a presence.
Sí, padrísima ese color.
Working front to back with the slam front
El estilo
fender,
militar.
the blacked out nacelle, the taller bars, transitioning to the bags. This Road King drips in that classic profile of a Harley Davidson. And yet the design of the bike is agile and easy to handle. If you're the type of rider that likes to grip it and rip it, this is your steed.
As I said earlier, we don't take specials lightly here at Harley. I promise you, there is no better way to explore the world than on the Street Glide, Road Glide, and Road King Specials.
Cuenta con un motor 114 pulgadas cúbicas, 1865 centímetros cúbicos. Una chulada de máquina, ¿eh?
Color is really powerful.
Y sientes la potencia más no poder.
It triggers an emotion. It triggers a memory for somebody. We have to be very thoughtful about our development of color because it can be something that's so personal.
Color became a really important part of the design story for Harley Davidson in the mid to late 20s. And then from that point on, color just exploded at the company. It transformed into self-expression and a culture.
Oh, no.
Our 2021 palette is exciting. This year for our inspiration, we developed color stories. Dark Opulence is a really dark, moody color palette. It's deep, rich jewel tones, like our crimson. Also a slightly desaturated green, and you can see that in our palette with Deadwood Green. Shifting
un Iron 1200,
is a little
creo.
more about effect and finish than it is actually about color. We've got a color called Snake Venom. So it's a new color shift for us, and it shifts from this beautiful emerald green to a purple.
If you're going to talk color and finish and graphics, you got to start with CVO. You get this wide selection of choice. Any CVO customer, in terms of taste, can find something that they're going to love in that lineup.
We've got this amazing palette that we're rolling out for model year 21, and we're going to continue to develop and innovate and bring something new and exciting to the consumer.
Vámonos con la Street Bob 114 pulgadas cúbicas. Repito, motor 1865 centímetros cúbicos. Una maquinota.
I see myself as a rider. I am a motorcyclist. I'm just living my life the way I want. For me, I know if I'm happy, if I'm fulfilled, if I have this time to reset, I can be the best wife, the best mother, the best friend, the best entrepreneur, the best me. For me, a motorcycle isn't just a way to commute, it's my way of exploring the roads less traveled.
Antes esta motocicleta tenía un motor 107 pulgadas cúbicas, 1745 centímetros cúbicos, y creo que lo subieron al motor 114, que repito, son 1865 centímetros cúbicos.
I'm Narissa Cerny. I'm a systems engineer at Harley Davidson. I'm also a founder of an all-female motorcycle build team called the Iron Angels. This team is part of the Build Moto program, which teaches high school students mechanical and business skills. My riding journey started about 8 years ago with the Basic Riders course.
Hey Harley family, my name is Yomi Famuyiwa. I'm a design engineer in the Red X problem-solving team at Harley Davidson. I started riding about 6 years ago in graduate school. Since starting at Harley Davidson, I've been lucky enough to ride nearly all of the current models. I brought a Road Glide Special in that beautiful wicked red denim as well. My love for riding grew with the ability to just hop on and take an adventure whenever I have that craving. I love the bare bones nature of the Street Bob. There's no fairings, no speakers or bells and whistles. It's a perfect bike for that solo rider looking for that classic Harley look, and the performance of the refined Milwaukee 8 engine, with comfortable Mini Ape handlebars.
The Street Bob 114 has enough attitude and performance out of the box that experienced riders will love it, but it's also easy riding and completely manageable for someone new to the big twin bikes. Personally, I'm stoked to introduce this bike for 2 reasons. First, there are pieces on this bike that I actually helped design, so it's pretty exciting to see some of my work go into production. But secondly, I can totally imagine some of my friends owning this bike, customizing it to their personalities, and having some really memorable journeys on it. So just thinking of that makes me feel really excited about it. It's amazing how much straight ahead, raw bobber attitude you can pack into a bike that's one of our lightest weight softails. As with all HD products, the fit and finishes are top of the line.
With sweet new tank graphics and a Milwaukee 8114 engine, the Street Bob makes an impressive entrance, announcing its presence from well down the road to give people plenty of time to step back and get a good long look as you roll by. As a design engineer, I appreciate the instrument gauge is being integrated into the handlebar. We call this a digital rider gauge. This provides a clean look for the handlebar from all views of the motorcycle. The instrument being digital makes it easier for the rider to have a quick glance down, check out their speed or their gas, and look up to enjoy their ride and the scenery around them. The Street Bob is one of only 2 bikes to have this feature in the Softail lineup, so it makes it that much more special. As a rider, I appreciate the riding position with mid-controls and mini-ape handlebars. The open position allows you to take in all of the wind in the environment on your chest and your legs and your arms to connect you further with the environment through your one-of-a-kind Harley Davidson. Just talking about this makes me want to hop on the bike right now. Do you want to go, or what do you think?
Should we...
Afterwards,
Maybe later. Okay.
Since this bike is highly customizable, this bike can be set up with a small fairing and saddlebags for a great weekend adventure.
This year, the performance upgrades are at a whole new level, and these upgrades really take that acceleration and drivability to the next level.
That's what this bike is all about. This multi-purpose bike can fulfill all my reasons for riding with a few small adjustments or no adjustments at all. That's why I love the Street Bob 114, and I know customers will too.
Yeah, la Fat Boy. Vámonos con la Fat, a ver qué le hicieron ahora. Es una belleza de máquina la Fat Boy, ¿eh? La conducción es distinta a todas las motocicletas, pero es muy estable. Las llantas anchas, la llanta trasera 240. No.
Hello everyone, I'm Bill Davidson, great-grandson of one of the original founders, William A. Davidson.
Oh yeah.
And I'm Karen Davidson, great-granddaughter of William A. Davidson.
Back in 1990, Harley Davidson introduced a new motorcycle that really surprised the world. That motorcycle was the 1990 Fat Boy. It had a presence, it had a dominance, it was fat, and it was an awesome motorcycle.
And let's talk about the original style points.
Nada más que
Its
chulada.
solid wheels
La moto,
established
la
as
moto.
being fat. And as Willie G, our dad, has stated, our motorcycles have always had a substantial and massive visual presence, with the wheels identifying the bike, following is a headlamp and upper fork mass. All of the pieces have to work in concert with one another. Proportion is key, and with the Fat Boy, the design has become one of our most iconic in history.
Let's take a quick walk through this beautiful bike for 2021.
Preciosa es poco, hermanos. Es poco.
One of the things that
Se los digo por
see
experiencia.
is that this bike is brighter, it's wider, it's bigger, it has a greater dominance. And that brightness is due to the chroming that we did throughout the motorcycle. And this was a desire we were hearing from the marketplace. So we brought that answer by chroming out the bike. Starting with the front end, this massive front wheel and tire combination, 160 millimeter wide front tire,
160.
the chopped fender to expose that beautiful tire a little bit
Le
more.
recortaron el guardabarros.
Chrome cover upper fork tubes, this beautiful headlight nacelle that's chromed out, the risers. And I love this piece because from a rider's perspective, you're looking down at this and all you see is attention to detail. This beautiful tank console with the bullet holes in the bottom portion of the tank console. You're sitting on top of an awesome 114 cubic inch Milwaukee 8 V-twin. The ventilator cover on the air cleaner, the chrome covers on the engine, the 2-into-2 exhaust is now all chromed out. Working towards the back of the bike, these chromed out fender struts with a chopped rear fender to expose that massive 240.
Recortaron los guardabarros delantero y trasero.
This bike, when you stand back and you take a look at it from front to back, you do
Se
say,
ve genial, se ve
wow,
padrísima,
what a
eh.
stunning motorcycle.
Se ve mucho mejor. Porque anteriormente esa moto tenía los guardabarros más grandes y casi cubrían las
So a
llantas.
huge thank you for joining us today. I promise you there's more adventure ahead. As I mentioned earlier, I just got back from testing our Pan America motorcycle in the rugged landscape of Kenya. And all I can tell you today is that the bike is incredible. We are reinventing adventure touring and I'm very excited about it. Jason Momoa has captured the energy of this new Harley Davidson experience masterfully. And so I'd like to close with a preview of his film and remind you all that on February 22nd, Jason and I will be revealing Pan America and all the details you've been waiting for.
Ahí estaremos, en directo aquí en Twitch.
For the global event, be sure to visit h-d.com/Pan-America. Thank you for spending time with us today, and we'll see you on your next Harley adventure.
Pues mis hermanos, esto fue el directo de la presentación de las nuevas motos Harley Davidson. Vimos qué detalles vimos el día de hoy. Vimos lo que son los modelos CVO con pinturas nuevas, incursionando más con el motor 117 pulgadas cúbicas, que es casi 2000 centímetros cúbicos, una potencia enorme de esa motocicleta. Obviamente por el peso de la moto, ese motor es adecuado para tramos muy largos, el confort, el sistema de sonido. Y faltan muchas cosas por ver más adelante. Esperemos ya lleguen al mercado mexicano estas motocicletas, a todas las tiendas Harley Davidson, y podamos hacerles algún review al respecto de lo que es tecnología, todo lo que tiene que ver. Vimos la Street Bob, que antes tenía motor 107 pulgadas cúbicas, 1745 centímetros cúbicos, y en el cual ya le incursionaron el motor 114 pulgadas cúbicas, que son 1865 centímetros cúbicos. Obviamente más potencia, más par motor, y en una moto ligera, una moto dinámica, una moto que puede servir tanto para calle como para carretera. El motor es endemoniado, o sea, para carretera está perfecta, y en calle, por sus dimensiones, puedes filtrear, puedes irte al trabajo, a la escuela, como quieras, y es una moto muy padre que roba miradas para todos lados. Y la Fatboy, detalles que le hicieron notar ahora. La pintura, recobraron, porque los diseños anteriores 2020 ya no tenían las placas a los costados del tanque, tenía pintura que decía Harley Davidson. Retomaron otra vez las placas metálicas que van a los costados del tanque. También siguen con el motor 114 pulgadas cúbicas, repito, 1865 centímetros cúbicos. No dicen si dejaron con el motor, porque había dos Fatboy, que era 107 pulgadas cúbicas y el otro que era 114 pulgadas cúbicas. No sabemos si realmente le hayan dejado en 107 una gama para motor 107, perdón, o todas ya sean 114 pulgadas cúbicas. Y los detalles que me impresionaron, que me gustaron bastante, fue el recorte de las salpicaderas. Antes, en anteriores motocicletas, en la anterior Fatboy, de hecho yo tuve una Fatboy, la 2018, las salpicaderas eran que tapaban mucho la llanta de adelante y un poco la llanta de atrás, y no se lucía lo que era el grosor de las llantas, que son geniales. Qué bueno que Harley Davidson tomó en cuenta eso y recortó un poco más la salpicadera delantera, que tapaba casi toda la llanta, la hace notar un poquito más. Me hubiera gustado que lo hubieran cortado un poco más, para que luciera esa gran llanta que tiene, que son 160, que es una llanta 160, 18, no me acuerdo, 17, no me acuerdo bien. Y la salpicadera trasera también la recortaron un poquito más y hace lucir más la llanta trasera, que es una 240. Es un grosor de llanta impresionante. El estilo de manejo de esas motocicletas es distinto, pero el momento de ir en carretera te da una estabilidad impresionante, tanto en seco como mojado. Un frenado excelente, ya todas me imagino que ya ven con sistema ABS. Y ya está, repito, pues le dejaron el motor 114 pulgadas cúbicas. No hubo más si iban a haber modificaciones con la nueva Lowrider, la 2020, que era 114 pulgadas cúbicas, doble disco delantero, horquillas invertidas. Era una moto bastante grande, parecida a la Lowrider 2016-2017 más o menos. No, 2015-16 más o menos, que era una Dyna, y ahora es una Softail. Y la que tenemos nosotros aquí en el canal es una 2018. Tampoco sacaron si iban a modificar esa moto o iba a seguir la misma línea como la ha tenido ahorita, con un motor 107 pulgadas cúbicas. Pero pues va, mis hermanos, este es el directo. Gracias por acompañarme y espero verlos en otro próximo directo. Recuerden que también en febrero se hace el directo de la Pan American, que le está echando toda la carne al asador Harley Davidson con esta motocicleta, y vamos a estar aquí en directo para que me acompañen y vayamos a ver juntos esta nueva motocicleta, que esperemos cumpla las expectativas de todos los que estamos esperando que sea igual o un poco superior a BMW, que pues BMW está bien asentado en el mercado de las off-road. va a ser complicado eso, pero esperemos que por lo menos esté a la par y ya la gente que tenga una BMW, quiera una Harley, pueda irse por ese tipo de motocicleta y cumpla ese tipo de deseos de andar a todo terreno en cualquier parte y funcione como deba. Pues vamos, hermanos, me despido. Gracias por estar en este directo. Espero vernos en nuestro próximo directo y a rodar, que el mundo se va a acabar. ¡Yeah! ¡Vámonos, señores!